Welcome to Philippine-Canadian Inquirer's Daily News Roundup, brought to you by CanadianInquirer.net, your only Filipino-Canadian daily news portal. I'm Roque, and here are stories making headlines today. Drug war unlikely to cause arguments between Trump and Duterte, says Roque. Trusting that the meeting of President Rodrigo Duterte and U.S. President Donald Trump will run smooth, presidential spokesman Harry Roque said that tackling the administration's war on drugs won't create tension between the two leaders. Quote, "I don't think it would be a contentious point between the two presidents," unquote, Roque said on Tuesday in an interview with the CNN's Christian Amanpour, citing that President Trump has even lauded Duterte for doing the right thing and embarking on this war on drugs. According to Roque, quote, "There are parallels with the policies adopted by the two presidents as far as drugs is concerned," unquote. When asked for comments regarding Duterte's campaign against illegal drugs, Roque said, quote, "I would say that it was never his intention to conduct a war on drugs that would violate the Constitution and fundamental human rights." Trillanes to file charges versus journalist and blogger over fake news. Senator Antonio Trillanes IV on Tuesday said that he will be filing charges against Manila Times journalist Ian Macabenta and Thinking Pinoy blogger RJ Nieto for purportedly disseminating fake news. Trillanes said, quote, "My lawyer is already preparing a libel case, so we are filing a libel case against him when they spread fake news that President Trump called me a lil narco," unquote. Trillanes clarified that Trump calling him a lil narco can be found in the U.S. government website on the presidential pronouncements and interviews, making the statements of Macabenta and Nieto a lie and a propaganda operation. Earlier, journalist Al Pedroque, in his Philippine Star column entitled "A Major Embarrassment," wrote that U.S. President Trump said the Lil Marco met with Senator Marco, pertaining to Trillanes' meeting with U.S. Republican Senator Marco Rubio in the United States last October. Trillanes said he is sparing the veteran journalist in the libel case, for he had admitted his mistake and had offered an apology that the senator welcomes and appreciates. However, in the case of Nieto, Trillanes said that the pro-President Rodrigo Duterte blogger has not acknowledged his mistake and continued to lambast him instead. Trillanes also likened Nieto to the president, quote, "Look at Mr. Duterte. He does not apologize even though he's hanging already. They are like that. They are the same," unquote, Trillanes said. Malacañang tags human rights as a big subject at the ASEAN Summit. Among the many concerns leaders will address in the upcoming Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit next week, human rights will be a big subject, a Malacañang official said on Tuesday. In an interview with Unang Balita, Presidential Communications and Operations Office, Assistant Secretary Chris Ablan said, quote, "Human rights will be a big subject during the ASEAN meetings," unquote. He added that it will be discussed under the leadership of the DSWD, stressing that there is an agreement that leaders will sign which is a consensus in the human rights of migrant workers around ASEAN. Meanwhile, Ablan expressed optimism to U.S. President Donald Trump and President Rodrigo Duterte's anticipated bilateral meeting, saying both leaders will participate fully during the three-day ASEAN Summit, which will lead America and the Philippines to a positive direction. That wraps up our news here on PZI Daily News Roundup. Thank you for joining us. For more news stories, visit our website at www.canadianinquirer.net.